Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Comrades Play Dungeons and Dragons. This is the second session, the second night, the first one taking me here in Atlantic, Canada, well into the early parts of the morning, 5 or so. And our colorful cast of characters was invited to Murdoch Manor, and they were revealed to have been blackmailed by a half-orc named Giles. In a moment of darkness, Giles was found dead. However, upon further investigation, it was discovered that it was in fact a body double. Later, a scream rings out from the library, and Rosalina, the maid, having listened in on the blackmail and hearing a murder. Further investigation of the house reveals that the chef is also dead. Two members of the party, Zol, played by Andy Tuplay, and Bertrand, an NPC, are suspicious of Nimera, as played by Sora Avalon. Knock on the door reveals a nervous young man whose carriage broke down. The group lets him inside, but the butler Remington, another NPC, locks him in the lounge. The party separates into two groups as they search the house. The first group on the first floor inspect the bodies of the chef and Giles' body double, and they discover a ring of message on the body of the chef. The upstairs group discovers a series of burned letters between Martin Murdoch and an individual named Sean, and the corpse of a former servant of the household. The body appears to be a week old. And with all that information, we return to the world of Altheon.
So, at this point, we're making our way downstairs, right, to inform the others what we found?
At this point, the upstairs group is returning to the downstairs.
So, hey, everyone, can you come out into the, what would you call this, a lobby of the Great Hall? The Great Hall. Everyone, please come out to the Great Hall. We have some information we'd like to share with everyone.
I sit on the stairs.
Who's that last? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bertrand, Thava, Remington, and I found a body that appears to be a week old in the upstairs bathroom, in one of the upstairs bathrooms.
He was wearing some servant's outfit.
Yes, and Remington says he does not recognize him. Bertrand, did you, recognize the servant?
It's been a while since I've been here, as you recall, so no, I don't recognize him. Never seen him in my life.
Thava, can you do us a favor and go fetch the body for us and put it into the bathroom while I catch the rest of everyone up?
Sure, I'll go get the body.
Thank you, Thava.
Well, just for sake of,
just pretend I'm carrying the body.
Yeah, we'll just pretend that you're carrying the body while I go and drag it into, find a generic corpse token to throw into the bathtub. The others. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Drop them there.
This looks really bad. Just tossing bodies into the bathtub.
Okay. At this, so we have a couple of, Thava and I have discussed a couple of things we could do that would probably help the investigation. One being, I think we should all investigate the bodies once more to be sure we've checked thoroughly, as well as check every room on this bottom floor. Upstairs has been covered. We found no suspicious things. And lastly, we were told of some secret passages. Make sure to be on the lookout for those. What did you guys find when you investigated the two bodies down here?
Found a suspicious-looking ring. Apparently, Nimera says it's a ring of message, so most likely somebody else has the other ring. Might want to keep an eye out for that, too.
Is it possible for one of us to use the ring?
I don't know, Nimera. What do you think?
I doubt we would be able to use it, because we don't have its matching set.
Well, even if we did,
it's only connected to the other ring.
Yeah, even if we did use it, it would be sent to some random person that we don't know. Which I'm not looking forward to talking to more strangers right now.
Although, if we did try to use it, although you said it wouldn't work, it would only send. Well, if we did try to use it and it did work for us, it would send a message to the other person. If we send something that might shock them, it might make it easier for us to discover who it is.
Exactly my thinking, but
or it might send them into hiding.
let's put a pin in that for now.
I didn't.
There's one more thing I'd like to bring up, and I hate to do this in front of the present company, but I feel that we haven't questioned, not necessarily each other, but the staff here well enough about the situation. And
as you say that, Rosalina kind of tenses up.
And I feel that Thava definitely and Nemera personally should both attend to, it's my opinion, if we can vote on this, but I think Thava and Nemera should question Rosalina and Remington.
I have no arguments there.
Okay. And Thava?
I crack my knuckles. Yeah.
Okay. In the
meantime,
I'll just make a quick plan. David so far has been our star investigator. I was thinking David and Bertrand could go make a check on the bodies, while the rest of us, being Meyer and I, go check the rest of the house in the remaining rooms. Does that sound like a fair plan to everyone?
yeah.
Actually, I'd like to do a double check of upstairs, if that's all right with you. Just real quick. Just with a fine-tooth comb. I understand that you think you've looked over it well enough, but I just want to double check, if that's all right.
Can we do that? Can we do that as a group, perhaps? Can we finish the first floor first so we don't split the group?
Yeah.
I suppose that sounds like a good enough idea.
Okay. And
Is there any room that we're going to designate for questioning the staff?
Give me
let us
any room.
use.
Yes, sir. Let us use the conservatory.
Actually.
Wait. I
Wait,
don't
wait.
think the staff that are being questioned should be allowed to pick where they're being questioned at.
Can you ping the conservatory real quick?
The conservatory is the room with the piano.
Okay. Can we move it to the? Okay, what is this from again?
That's the study.
Okay, I think we should question them in the study where the first murder that we found originally happened.
Which one's the study?
This one.
The
pinged.
study is
Okay.
the bottom right room.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was at the top
So I
right, so I
think we
didn't
should-
see.
I think we should question them in the study. No offense, Remington.
None taken, sir.
Okay, so we have our plans. David, do you object? David and who was it? Bertrand, do you object to reinvestigating the bodies?
One more time for body investigations. I guess it couldn't hurt.
Thank you, David and Bertrand.
Just
Bertrand kind of just nods and just walks into the room, not giving much of a...
Okay, and excuse me for overstepping. If I'm stepping on anybody's toes, if anybody wants to take up leadership, feel free. I'm not typically the leadership type person, but in this situation, I feel someone has to take charge, or it would just be a mess. And
Rightly so, sir.
Okay, thank you, Remington. So who do you? Okay, so break
Please
from
follow
this.
me.
Who are we starting with first, Ethan?
Would you like to do the investigations first or the interrogations?
Interrogate. I want to hear the interrogations.
All right, then. So let's start with the...
right quick before Nemera leaves the room, I imagine my character actually taking the ring that she originally, slipped into her pocket, giving it to Nemera, and then whispering to Nemera to not take her eyes off the servants for even a second.
Okay.
So, she's giving her some advice.
And I have a quick.
I'll
This
be
is
watching them.
again out of the character. Britt, don't be afraid to
Yeah?
do whatever you plan to do.
I
Like, just you can honestly, you don't have to even listen to me. Do whatever you want.
yes.
I don't know
Scheming
anything
behind
about
my
this.
back.
Just go for whatever.
Well,
whatever
my second plan's already going to be coming into fruition.
okay.
I don't know
So-
anything about these plans.
Rotation.
So.
Rotation, yeah, whatever.
All right, then. So
Interrogations. Let's go.
interrogation time. Rosalina and Remington are seated on a long... Well,
One second.
it's what we in the modern world would call a love seat, but there is no such word for it in this fantasy realm. It appears to be
sofa,
an
maybe.
invention. It appears to be an invention of Martin Murdoch's, because you have never seen anything like this anywhere else before. Actually, no, Zol wouldn't have seen it. No, my bad.
Well,
Okay.
seems just kind of like a giant chair, but
It's a very long, regal-looking chair.
yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
earlier you said that Rosalina kind of like stiffened up or like tensed up at the words interrogation. Would I have noticed that?
You'll roll a perception check.
All right. Oh, it's so many.
Well,
But you said we
hold on right
noticed it.
quick.
You
While
said-
he's rolling, I don't know if anybody noticed what David Daisuke put over here, but while he's rolling, that for the two people that are questioning the staff, there is a knife lodged into the floor in like the middle of the room. So you might want to watch out for that.
Actually-
Make sure nobody grabs that.
Actually, Thava and Nemera make a holy shit.
I think I made it. Whatever I rolled, I think I made it.
Yeah, Thava, you saw Rosalina tense up. Now I need to make you and Nemera make another perception check. Now
Okay.
that you've re-entered the study.
All right, and what do I add to that? To the
Uh,
roll?
just-
Never mind.
Your
my wisdom
perception.
modifier? Or
Depends
Wisdom
on, are
and
you,
perception.
I can't remember if you're proficient in perception or not. So,
Wisdom.
no, I'm not proficient in perception.
all right then. So you add your modifier, which is -1.
Oh boy.
Incredible.
God dang it!
Boy. We don't notice
And,
anything in this room.
Yeah, yours is just a straight roll there, Thava.
Yep.
He rolled a 2.
Amazing. No, you didn't. You don't see anything.
But I definitely noticed that Rosalina like tensed up like a brick.
Yeah, you're too busy watching Rosalina carefully after you see her tense up at the idea of being questioned.
So,
I think
Rosalina-
somebody else should be doing the freaking interrogation.
No, I think that's
Um,
perfect.
Yeah,
uh,
so Nemera, still need you to roll your D20 -1.
I just did.
Do another one.
Oh, my bad. I missed that. Wow.
Yeah, I was
No,
about to
no,
say she
no,
got
no,
through,
no,
but she
no.
wanted to do
She
another one.
has, she has to do a second one.
Wait, what?
Okay, the first one was for noticing.
Oh, I
Oh,
just
yeah,
asked
that's
if
true.
I noticed.
Okay, fair enough. I'll
Yeah.
let you re-roll it because I'm a merciful god.
All right, so D20 -1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa!
Okay,
Oh.
very good. You noticed that the knife that David had shoved into the floor is absent from the room.
Ooh.
Oh.
Baba,
Yes.
there was a knife here.
Mm-hmm.
David put it here. It's
Uh,
gone now.
Oh. Do you two know anything about this?
Oh. Great.
Well, they
No,
walk up-
sir.
Excuse me?
Okay,
Did you just call me a
basic-
sir?
I think
I pick him up by his scruff of his neck. Like, excuse me, we've been over this before. I am not a sir.
Hey, you can't influence the party over text. They can't hear you.
Yeah.
Hey,
A
Baba.
voice, a ghostly voice whispers
Um,
in someone's ears.
So,
My apologies, Mistress Thava. It is just a verbal tick of mine.
okay. I set him back down on the couch.
What question do you tend to
So,
ask Remington?
actually, Rosalina, you never answered. Do you know anything about the disappearing knife?
Again, I'm going to try to use my normal voice here
Yeah,
because
that's
I
fine.
fail at the accent that Rosalina has. No, I know nothing of this.
So,
wanna
Rosalina.
She
see
was in
it-
the
wait, wait.
library at the time, so she wouldn't have even seen the knife.
Yes, that's true. But Rosalina, why did you tense up at the thought of being interrogated?
Because these are scary situations.
Mm-hmm. However, if...
Mr. Giles was not always kind in his questioning.
I see.
Hmm.
Just whisper over to you. Is there something you want to ask?
Well, I'm planning to do something, but I'm not sure how to go about it at first. But is there any question that you in particular want to ask Remington? But tell it to me first, and I will ask.
Yeah. You will ask. Okay. Well,
You're thinking about showing a little leg, Namera? Remember, he's old.
oh,
Oh my god, no!
oh,
So, Zava?
um,
anything?
I'm just thinking right now. If you something, oh, trying to process through everything right now.
Yeah, it's difficult when you're on the spot,
seriously.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys know about this mysterious friend? First of all,
So I already informed you that it was I who wrote the letters.
yes, you wrote the letters, and then Mr. Giles died, but not really died because it was a body double.
It appears that way,
Appears
sir.
that way. So, Rosalina, do you know anything about this body double?
No, I had no idea that Mr. Giles had a body double.
I step forward and just lean over both of them. Are you both sure? Are you sure you don't know anything about this body double?
Rosalina looks like she's about to cry, and Remington appears stoic as always.
All right, I will use that moment and cast suggestion on Remington.
Alright, I just need to double check suggestion.
He needs to roll a wisdom saving throw for it to fail, and my spell DC is 13.
Alright,
Mhm.
hold on, I dropped my die. Alright. What was the suggestion?
Crap, I was
So
gonna
now
ask
you can make.
What are you trying to suggest to Remington?
Yeah.
to tell us about what he knows about the body double, and I also want to ask, and in addition, I want to know if he himself has found anything in particular upstairs during his search with the group, with Zol and the others.
You cast your spell, and there is absolutely no change on Remington's part.
God!
So. So does he say nothing?
However, he does turn to you with a knowing look, like he knows that you just tried to charm him in some way. Remember, half-elves get advantage against being charmed. And
They
these
do.
are both half-elves you're dealing with.
I walk over to this table, it's right over here.
The
And,
desk, yes.
Yes, this desk, and I would like to throw it at the door, as to intimidate them,
I have no intimidation.
That makes sure
like a
stay
strength
out of the way of
intimidation
the-
check.
Alright then, first make a strength check to see if you can even flip the table.
I hope this
Okay,
one goes
do
better.
I is it just
I hope
strength
this-
or do I add athletics or
It's
anything?
a straight strength check.
Fucking hell, you're gonna roll a 1. Oh!
Yeah, I flipped over.
Okay, an unnatural 20.
Alright,
Yeah.
sweet.
Fucking
So
ghost.
you not only throw the desk across
Our
in
strength
front of
is
the door,
same.
you throw it through the door.
Me and the dragon
Yes.
have the same strength.
Yes.
For the sake of brevity, I'm not going to actually move the desk. Just assume that there's a ruined desk in the hallway.
Yeah, just-
Rosalina immediately bursts into tears, and Remington just kind of stares at the
Ruined desk
door,
in the
looks
hallway.
back to you, looks back at the door, looks back to you.
Nice.
So that was quite uncalled for.
So, I'd like to know anything you two aren't telling us about
Rosalina continues to cry.
Mr. Giles, about the body double, about this mansion, everything that we haven't been told.
All right, now I'd like you to make an intimidation check.
Awesome.
God.
Are you serious right now?
You are just a boss right
Tell-
now.
yeah. Tell us about the blackmailing. Tell us about everything you two know.
I think he's
Ro-
got...
Rosalina is sobbing quite heavily, but she says, honest, I know nothing of Mr. Giles' body double. Do you know the things that he's done to me? I would, and she's just, your intimidation has worked so well that she is now an incoherent mess of sobbing. Like, she can't even speak straight through all the sobbing.
What about
Remington, on the other hand? Sir, your displays of destruction were quite unnecessary. I was unaware that Mr. Giles had a body double in his possession. And I'm sorry that I did not catch catch many of your other questions through Miss Rosalina's tears. But the upper floor, we did discover a body. We discovered some letters between Master Murdoch and an individual who used to live here named Sean, detailing his suspicions of Mr. Steelbeard's thievery. As I recall, you also discovered the shower.
Yes, the shower. Interesting times.
There's a rain bath.
Are there any other questions that I may have missed, sir?
We went over the sir thing. So
I would like to ask a question. Have you ever seen... Wait, do I have the ring of message on me right now?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
All right.
You want me to ask the questions with my 20 intimidation?
I'm straight up asking. I hold out the ring so that Remington can see, and I ask, do you know anybody else who has a ring like this?
Yes, rings of message were a specialty of Master Sean's. He made one for all the staff at the time of his employ. He left a few at the estate for the next generation of staff to pick up. I unfortunately did not receive one. However, Rosalina did.
Oh. And ask her.
Can't say that.
First.
Yep, I just stopped myself.
I was going to ask something today.
So all the staff had a ring of message except for you. Am I hearing that right?
Incorrect, sir. The body upstairs did not have a ring of message. He was previously staffed up to a week ago, before I was hired.
I'll correct you right now that I'm a woman, not a sir.
My apologies, ma'am.
I've tried. I've picked him up.
He takes particular effort to get the pronouns correct.
Thank you. So, Remington, you know a lot about this, the blackmailing of Mr. Giles and everything he's done. Like, you know a fair bit from your previous experiences.
Yes, sir.
How does he know his contacts from?
As I understand it, sir, Mr. Giles has quite the criminal empire that stretches across Altheon. He's had agents in the distant nations, including, he's had some agents in Aya and Heron. He's had quite a few agents in Sarod, Seai, Serona. It is rumored that he has contacts even in Shania and Cordiff. And he's close with the Doge of Gillical.
Okay.
But that last is merely a rumor.
And has he bought all of these, or how did he get all of these friends?
As I understand, sir, he inherited many of them from his father.
Thank you.
While Thava's talking to Remington, or just got done.
Yeah. Go over and I just...
Wait, how do I activate the ring message? Do I just
I think you just tap it and say a message.
You kind of like hold your thumb against it or something, or just kind of focus on it.
Yeah.
All right. I rub my thumb on it and I whisper.
It doesn't need to be whispered. It could be telepathic.
If you Oh, and I sent a telepathic message to Rosalina to say, if you can hear this, look towards me.
Rosalina, as she's sobbing, looks in your direction.
Oh.
Okay.
Now,
So you still have your ring.
And you're saying this telepathically?
Yes.
Okay, so
Well-
I don't understand what's going on. I see you looking.
She gives you the briefest glance before she returns to sobbing.
Well, Thava, Rosalina has her ring of message. I just confirmed it.
So that's what that look was? A look of confirmation?
Yes. So unfortunately, whoever else has a ring like this also heard this message, probably.
Mm-hmm. Should we...
Rosalina kind of looks up from her, crying, and says, "May I please be excused to wash my face?"
One second. Namira, come over here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, over here. Should we get the ring from her, or what should we do?
Well,
Like, if we take the ring from her, then she can't send a message, but I don't know if that's...
well, I would first. Well, my first thought was for one of us to go with her, to make sure she doesn't do anything or go anywhere else besides the bathroom to wash her face.
Then, yeah. Okay, you can go with her. I can stay in here with Remington. Because I don't think Rosalina wants to wash her face with me in nearby. Just kind of point to the door.
Would that discontinue the interrogation since someone's
yes.
leaving the room?
Yes.
Yeah,
since
let's
those
end
two are
the
leaving.
interrogation segment there and move on to the investigation of the bodies. Now,
Yes, that would take probably too long.
I would like David and Bertrand, of course, being myself, I suppose.
Jamie, move your character
I'd
into the bathroom. If you
roll
were going there.
whoever's
No,
in
I'm with Andy. I mean,
Yeah,
Zol.
Zol.
I'm with Zol.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
All right,
do
so
that
whoever's investigating the bodies, I'd like to roll perception. Well, actually, no, this would be investigation.
It
I
would
feel
be
like
an
I'm making too many of these, but this does count as an investigation roll.
Well, that's because that's what we're doing, a big investigation. Oh.
All right, now I just need to come over into the O.
Oh.
Yeah, Bertrand can't see shit.
Bertram barely notices that there's a bathtub there. Like, seriously.
Well, there are quite a number of bodies in the bathtub.
Oh.
It's very
Oh.
difficult. Oh my god.
He makes up for Bertram.
Okay, you notice, first of all, that the body double for Mr. Giles appears to have been killed through magic. The body double does not have a ring of message. The body of the servant from upstairs, who I will move into this tile, actually, he also lacks a ring of message. However,
just
there's
something real
some
quick, Renegade.
scarring on one of his ring fingers.
Just something real quick, Renegade. If you want, you could just put the bodies, like, one beside each other, so they're on their own tiles. That way, they're just...
No, they're piled in the bathtub.
Yeah. Just figured, just for visual
They're all
effects.
in the bathtub.
Okay.
The body of the cook, there was a stab wound in his back. Previously, there was a knife. However, the knife is now missing. At some point between transferring him from the kitchen to the bathroom, the knife had either been removed or fallen out. Also, judging by your investigation score, roll a medicine check.
Hmm.
Okay. You can also determine that while the exact timeline of this evening is not known even to myself, unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to that, you can assume that he's been dead about the same amount of time as the body double of Mr. Giles.
Ooh.
So we're talking about the guy that they found upstairs, right?
No, we're
The
talking about the
chef.
chef. The
Okay.
chef has been dead
So
the
you haven't-
exact same amount of time as Mr. Giles' body double.
We should just name the body double BD. Just something to shorten it up.
Or we could name him Timothy.
Okay,
no
so
one will get the
anything
joke.
else?
Yeah.
Anything else with the bathroom?
Off the top of my head, no, there's no more relevant information regarding the bodies.
That moves on to Meyer and me.
All right. So I would
So-
like the two of you to make investigation checks.
I have a question. Can we do it for each room, or do you want to do just the general?
It would be a lot quicker and easier if you do a general one.
Okay. So we're doing investigation check? Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
And let me make sure my. That is investigation. It's +2, I believe. Yes, it is. I also have a check mark next to it. What does that mean?
If you have a check mark next to it, that should mean that you're proficient in it, and that means
So
you
what-
get a.
Mhm.
Let me just double check. This is
So
Zoll,
in your
correct?
character
Yeah.
sheet, your core. So what do you look investigation?
Yeah.
That-
Ethan's. What?
That
Yeah. Investigation. If it's check marks, that means you add your proficiency to it. Your proficiency at level 3 is a +2.
so
Okay.
that
Your
number
intelligence
that
modifier is normally a 0. 0
Okay.
plus 2 equals 2.
Okay.
Miera
That-
rolled a 10.
Yeah, the number that you see
15.
like right
Sorry.
beside investigation
15.
is what you would add to it.
Okay.
All right. So looking through the rooms, what exactly are you looking for again?
Okay. I actually
Uh,
only because
secret
you said-
passages?
All right.
Well, okay, you go through that first. I was gonna say I want to investigate the basic surroundings for now. Well, she
Alright.
may be
Well-
looking for secret passages, but
All right. So I'll
Well,
take those
so-
into separate account. Miera, you cannot find secret passages. As hard as you look, you
Can I
can't
look again?
find-
Can I double check?
Not right now.
Because that's something she would do. Sorry. Alright, I'll look again later then.
Zol, looking around, you find, as mentioned in a previous investigation, you find this switch, the master switch that determines
That I
the
found.
power to the entire house's lighting system.
okay.
As previously mentioned as well, you discover that this chandelier in the Great Hall is loose and could fall if given the correct
Ooh,
motivation.
I did not know about that. Okay.
You also discover that the two statues in the ballroom are not animate. They are just ordinary statues of armor.
Wait. The other ones are?
You just
I'm just saying
that the ones
I'm just
in the
saying that
ballroom-
the ones in the ballroom are not. You don't
Okay.
know about the others, but you know that the ones in the ballroom are not.
Oh.
You discover a lot of food in the kitchen. You appear to see the exact spot in which the chef had been stabbed, and his body was moved into the cupboard.
Okay.
Most of his cooking utensils are still around, and his battle axe is still lodged in the door to the dining room.
I have a question. So I don't find the knife?
You do not find the knife.
Oh.
The knife is missing from the path you took from the kitchen to the bathroom. Searching that, you cannot find the knife.
Okay.
Not that you would know that it's missing anyway, but you wouldn't find
Exactly.
it lying anywhere.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. If I were walking along that path, I
You
wouldn't see it.
also,
Okay.
looking through the kitchen, do not find any evidence that there is poison, meaning that none of the food in the house has been tampered with in that manner.
Okay. Can I do something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, can I, upon noticing the chandelier, can I try and shoot the weak point and let the chandelier drop itself?
Yes, roll a
Okay, I was about to-
attack.
I was about to
Okay.
say, you should go do that right now.
Yeah. Make an attack
Meyer,
roll.
Meyer, can you please step back real quick?
Just to let you guys
Alrighty.
know-
Although I have to ask, what exactly are you planning on doing here? I know
Just-
that chandelier is weak, but what's the point of making it drop?
I'd rather it not drop on someone and, happen to kill anyone else tonight. I would not appreciate that.
But
What do
we
you-
could use that to our advantage later. The only two people that know about it for now that we know of is us.
Yeah, but I'd rather it not kill anyone, or I'd rather not anyone else die tonight, and that is too much of a hazard. And just, yes, Wolf, yes, Dava, you were saying something?
Oh yeah, no, this was out of character. Just to let you guys know, if you want to look around the map and you scroll wheel, if you shift and scroll wheel, it'll bring you left and right too.
Yeah. Okay.
Thought you guys
So
would
I
like
make
that.
an attack, and and I want to just make sure, how do I do that?
Dexterity plus your proficiency.
So I'm using my long bow.
Yes, for you that would be a +5 to your roll.
Okay, so So I just what dice do I roll?
D20.
20.
Okay, so +5.
Yes.
And roll.
All right, a 15 that hits the chandelier and it comes crashing to the floor. At this moment, Rosalina is exiting the study, and she lets out an enormous scream and bolts up the stairs.
At least you didn't kill her.
Well, I'm supposed to be escorting
God.
her to wherever the hell she was going.
Yeah,
do I see her
follow
running?
her.
I follow.
She doesn't
I
want to
would
be
follow her
comforted
as
by
well,
the
actually.
giant
I would chase
dragonborn.
her as well.
Wait, you would too?
Yeah, I would too, because I mean, I'd see her, and I'm
Well,
right
no,
next to
I
the
will stop
staircase,
you.
so I'd
I
jump
will-
over the staircase and follow her. Really? Why?
Because we already have one person going after her. I don't think we need to waste our efforts.
You can try to
All
stop
right,
her, but it's
at
ultimately
this-
up to her.
Wait, just a quick question. Where is Zol and Mira right now? Like, move them into the
Okay,
position
well-
they
I'm
are.
right next to the staircase that Rosalina ran up. I'm right next to it, so she pretty
I'm
much
right here.
ran past me.
All right, so
Could I try to
Can she
stop
grab
Rosalina?
her?
Could I try
can
and
she try
grab
to
her?
Oh yeah, grab her ankle. Or grab her. Good
Yeah,
decision.
I could do that.
Good decision.
make
I
an
have a really
athletic.
great strength.
All right, then you're gonna have to make an athletics check against her acrobatics.
Ooh.
That's a natural 20.
Oh my
We're
god!
dead.
Oh.
We're done.
Yeah, but try anyway. Ah, nope. She slips right through my grasp.
Rosalina is in such a frantic
Hey.
running state that
Can I try something too?
grabbing her seems to get her even more terrified. She jumps right out of your grasp and runs even faster up the stairs.
I have a question.
Oh,
How
God.
long does it
And
take
I'm
for
chasing
me?
after her.
How long does it take me? How long does it take for me to reload my bow?
A bonus
Um,
action, I think.
I'd say a bonus action, which equates to
Her running up the enough time for her to run up the stairs. I think.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, never mind then.
Also,
We're gonna try to shoot her.
Well, we can. I was gonna try and shoot like in front of her to stop her, but
That you could miss and shoot her, but still. I don't know.
Exactly.
in
that-
this moment,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, all the lights have gone
son of
out.
a-
No!
Ah!
I don't want everyone
Um,
to die.
Can I cast dancing? Wait, what kind? Is it just
Can I-
regular darkness, or can I cast dancing light to
I have-
You can.
lighten up?
This
Yeah, can I
is.
throw a fireball?
Wait.
This is magic darkness. Those of you with dark vision, for whatever reason, cannot seem to see,
Oh.
but you can make out very
If I
faint.
threw a fireball, I wouldn't be able to light up the room because it's magic darkness.
You're throwing a fireball.
Don't.
I'm
don't.
trying to cast
no,
I mean,
please,
works,
no.
works.
light
right?
up the place. if I
Let me
can.
just check through what your spells are. I don't think you have fireball. Oh, you have produce flames.
Produce flame.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I
Okay,
meant. Produce
So
flames.
you produce flame, and you realize that normally you would have a much greater range in how far your flames can reach. You can only see up to 5 feet in front of you, and
Well,
10
that's at
feet
least
is
something, right?
5 feet is considered bright light, and 10 feet is considered dim light. I would like at this moment everyone to make.
There's
well,
something
everyone
I
in the
wanted to do
gra-
first. Can I do something?
Yes,
real quick?
what is that?
I would like to. How far away was Rosalina from me, approximately? Like,
So you were in the room still.
yeah, I'm still in the room. So is she
You're in
like
the room.
40 feet?
Yeah, about 30 feet.
She's about 40 feet from you
Okay.
now.
I
Well-
would like to just kind of shuffle over to the table so she's not like behind full cover, and I would like to cast. I would like to use another divine sense.
And what is this divine sense?
Oh, 1 second. So divine sense, presence of evil registers like a noxious odor and good reads like music to my ears. So, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead, and I know the type, and I can detect the presence of any place or object that's being consecrated or desecrated.
All right.
Here.
You sense that there is an evil presence that was in the workshop, but it has moved.
Oh
You
shit.
sense that
Oh.
above you on the second floor,
Mhm.
there is the shrine to Julianos in Martin's Murdoch's room. And for a flicker of a second, you sense that there is some kind of an evil in the towards the library. But as soon as you sense it, it's gone.
Oh shit, this is scary
God.
shit, guys.
I would like Zol, Miera, and Nimera to all make perception rolls. Miera with advantage.
Yes, 3. Yes, I do have an advantage. Woohoo!
You have advantage.
Alright, that's just my negative modifier, right?
Light.
I get +4.
I'm sorry if I'm constantly asking. I'm trying to make
What
sure I
does
don't
this
screw up.
advantage entail?
Advantage means you get to roll twice, and you pick the better one.
Yes.
Alright,
yes.
Renegade.
I
I just add my wisdom modifier, right?
You add your. I keep forgetting whether or not you're proficient in perception. Okay, you're not. You add your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, I have a -1 modifier.
Okay, so I just didn't see.
Wow,
shit.
you guys
I
are
got
just
a natural
on
one.
this, except for Soul.
Okay, Miera and Nimera, you both noticed something fall from upstairs, land, and then keep running towards the ballroom. And you also notice a figure running from. Well, you don't see it running from, but you see the doors to the dining room kind of fly open and then slam, and then fly shut. But they make no noise when they close.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Shouldn't we still be able to hear Rosalina sobbing and crying? Because she was doing an awful lot of that. That'd be noticeable.
Yeah, that would.
I'm including that in your perception rolls. In fact, you do hear Rosalina sobbing towards the ballroom. However, you hear none of it after she passes the threshold of the room.
Where is the ballroom? I'm totally lost.
It's
the
north,
ballroom.
I think it's here.
Well, you're totally lost now, but it's the room directly north of what the Great Hall was.
Wait.
Everyone's staring at a black screen right now.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't even know where I
hilarious.
am.
Can I focus on the ring of message and see if I can hear any messages that have been sent?
No.
You
God dang it.
something
Wait,
about
I have
the
a-
ring
I-
of message is you would hear the messages instantly. Basically, as said before, like a walkie-talkie.
Okay, wait, a quick question. I mean, where is the ballroom? I explored upstairs. Which room was the ballroom?
No, the ballroom was downstairs.
It's on the first floor.
Yeah,
Oh.
the ballroom's on the first floor.
Ballroom is on the first floor.
The
and
very
yeah,
north room.
I'll
With the
ping.
broken chandelier, right?
No,
No.
the chandelier in the ballroom is fine.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, the
So
broken
that is
chandelier
where the
is actually
ballroom
right in the
is
lobby.
in relation to.
Oh.
That's the one with a nice
Okay.
big chandelier and the two
I thought
other
I thought you
guards.
said upstairs was the ballroom
No.
for some reason. Okay,
No,
you got me really confused.
All right then. So in this moment of darkness, what do you all want to do?
I want to.
Well, I would run after what I noticed, even though I'd probably slam right into a closed door. I would go after it, though.
Define what you noticed.
Well, you know, earlier, whenever I noticed that someone was running into the ballroom, I would run to try and see if I could get there before the doors closed, but I don't make it, so I probably run smack dab into the doors.
I
Yeah,
try
because
to.
you also noticed that something went into the dining room.
I try to go to
Well,
the
I'd
dining
probably go
room
after
if I
things
can.
before.
All right then. You reach the
Yes.
dining room doors. They open normally, but of course you can't see anything.
And I'm guessing that that casting dancing lights won't work in this darkness, right?
Dancing lights is magical.
Remind me, what are dancing lights?
It's magical
You-
fire lights.
Okay, I have the
I
spell
believe.
right here. You create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, glowing orbs that hover in the air for duration, which
Okay, I have it
is-
here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you can cast them if you'd like.
will it work? Oh, well, I'll have to try. I'll have to try.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Is
I
this
try.
All right then. You notice that the dancing lights don't produce nearly as much light as normal. They instead of producing 10 feet of dim light, they're only producing 5.
You can't see
You know-
shit.
You can still
Discover-
see though. It's
looking
better
in-
than.
looking into the dining room. Let me just.
So,
It is completely. What you can see it is empty.
So, Renegade.
Oh.
Yes,
Someone or something came in here, right?
Just realized.
that's what you can assume.
All right, that's right.
Where did
Okay.
you say I saw the presences from again when I cast my Divine Sense?
You noticed that there was a presence in the workshop
In the
that
workshop.
was moving to the dining room before you could no longer sense it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you noticed that there was a presence towards the library, but as soon as you sensed it for a moment, it flickered out.
Okay,
Oh.
can I make my action in the dark real quick?
Who's speaking?
The Zol.
That's all.
All right, then, yeah, what's your action?
Okay, I try to grip the walls and a nearby statue, something to hold on to make sure that, like, I'm kind of freaking out right now.
You
in
grab the
dark.
bird cage.
Okay, cool.
Immediately, a bird starts squawking.
Fuck,
and
that scared the shit out of me.
So you said it. Did you say it was going to the library or was it just by the library?
it was in the direction of the library.
Okay. I attempt to kind of make my way towards-ish the library.
You walk into a wall.
Hey, what about David?
Oh wait, are
David.
you still in the study, or were you standing outside of it?
I was standing outside that. Yeah, I was standing like
Yes.
by the door.
Yes, my bad. You walk into a statue.
Okay.
It does not topple over, thankfully,
Yeah.
but you not walk face first into a statue.
Okay. What about David and Bertrand?
Bertrand kind of looks around, and starts feeling around for the lever inside the bathroom. And when it doesn't work, he curses. Shit! Somebody grab the main power.
I reach
Okay.
forward for the rim of the tub and try to find my way to the wall on my left.
All right. You do find the wall by the tub. It's about here-ish, by the way, where you find the wall, unless I'm misinterpreting you.
That's right.
All right.
What in the world?
Anyway, what's happening right now?
Yeah, good question. What is happening? You guys are gonna have to turn the power back on or something if you want me to fix this.
Okay.
Someone knows where the
Okay.
power is.
I judging for where I'm at from the birdcage, I try to memorizing kind of the layout. I try to walk towards the workshop. Do I have to make any rolls for that?
Yeah, let's... What kind of a roll should I make this?
Let's look through the thing. Insight.
No, insight is... Make a perception. Actually, no,
plus-
make a straight intelligence check to see if you can remember the layout correctly enough.
So intelligence modifier is 0. Fuck.
Something real quick. When you said I saw those, I felt like those two presences.
Yes.
So I know what type they were.
They were not fiend or undead or celestial.
Okay.
Unless I'm misinterpreting your spell.
It's not a spell per se. It's like an ability, but yeah. Okay. I figured if I knew if it was a celestial fiend or undead, I would know that it was that. But if it's not, I just felt. Did you say it was like an evil? You said they were two evil presences. I felt correct.
Yes.
Okay, just
They
trying
were
to.
definitely evil presences, but they weren't of a fiendish, celestial, or undead nature.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
rolled a 14.
All right. You successfully locate the workshop.
And it's right there on my left, and I flip the switch.
All right. Now just give me one moment as I individually light up the rooms.
Lights out for summer.
That really, you know
Lights
what?
out.
You're a fucking evil. You're an evil fucking dungeon master. You know that?
Hey.
They all are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the outside got lit up.
Okay, so are the doors to the ballroom open now, or are they still closed?
No, they're still closed.
Can I try and force them open?
Yes. Make a strength roll.
Sweet. I think I have 3 for strength. Hold on. I gotta find it again. Where is it? Oh, it's on the other side of this page. I'm sorry. Okay, 4. Alright. Hold on.
You're gonna roll a 5.
One off.
Well, you're so lucky that the DC of that was 5. You force the door open, and you discover Rosalina in the very corner of the ballroom, sobbing in the fetal position.
But she went up. I'm gonna question the crap out of this girl because I want to know where those freaking passages are.
Something real quick.
May I investigate the dining room?
Yes.
Because I remember that I thought I seen someone or something enter this room. So.
Yep.
Something real quick. When I cast my divine sense and I felt something near the library, was I able to determine like if it was right in front of me, like the statue, or was it just kind of in this general area?
It was in this general area.
Okay.
Fireplaces.
Like if you were standing here when it happened, then it would be about here or there or something like in that kind of direction.
In this area, in the entire somewhere in the.
All right. If you were standing here, it would be in this general direction.
Oh.
All right. So for my investigation, I just add my
You add your
modifier?
investigation score, which for you is a
intelligence, which is +2.
Yeah, because you're not proficient. 14. You discover that there are some chairs knocked over. Someone has clearly been through here, and they've gone in the direction of the kitchen.
I'll go to the kitchen.
All right. And what do you do in the kitchen?
I look around and see if anything's amiss.
Let's make this one a perception roll. So that's a -1.
Yep. Come on.
Because I'm
big
cruel,
money,
because I'm cruel and tired of making you guys do investigation rolls.
All right, come on, big money, no whammies.
Whoa, 14 again.
Oddly enough, you notice that nothing has changed in this room, and considering the direction that whatever entity is taken, you find it kind of strange that there is no form of tampering with this room since you've seen it last. It strikes you as curious, if nothing else.
God, now I don't know what to do in here because.
Hey, David. David.
Yeah, can I do something right quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's typing.
Typey.
Yeah, I see a lot of typing in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'm just calling for you, David. Just like, David, get over here for a second.
So you're out in the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out in the hall. Bertrand.
So I walk out.
Yeah.
Remember, there's the crash chandelier on the ground.
Yeah.
Bertrand kind of looks down at the chandeliers like, so that's what that was.
Yeah.
Look, do you know how expensive that thing was? Like,
that wasn't
my family made that. This is practically an heirloom.
Talk to one of the rangers. Anyways. Anyways, can someone watch over the study for a second?
I could do that.
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
At this moment, I walk out into the hallway and see Meyer and Rosalina. I notice Rosalina's downstairs. What the fuck? So I decide to head upstairs. And whenever you want to switch that over to me going upstairs, be my guest. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, and while that's going, I go into the library to investigate.
Yeah, let's handle Meyer's interrogation first off.
Okay, sweet. All right. So, what is Rosalina doing right now? How is she seeming? She's still in a.
She's still crying in the fetal position in the corner.
Okay, let me see how I can handle this, where it might actually turn out well for me. My intimidation is 0. My deception is 0.
If you're gonna try to, wait, are you trying to calm her down?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best thing to try and do.
Offer her a gift of like food or something. Don't try to intimidate her to calm her down. Just gonna say that's a bad idea.
I wasn't going to.
You might want to calm her down.
No, I don't care if you calm her down or not.
Yeah.
If you do want to calm her down, offer her.
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
What stat would I be using if I tried to calm her down?
Charisma.
Probably persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
My persuasion is 0, and my charisma's 10. Frick.
So
looking at your stats, all of your charisma-based scores are 0. You have no proficiency in any of them. However, you do have proficiency in insight and perception if you want to try and see what's wrong with her before talking to her.
Yeah, perhaps I should try to do that. That would probably be best for me. So I will try that.
Well, a dragonborn.
Would you like to make a perception roll or an insight roll?
Okay, hold on. My insight is 2. I'll make a perception roll because my perception is 3. Okay, yeah.
I was
perception.
gonna say she's probably freaking out because a dragonborn fucking tossed a desk through a wall.
I know, but I don't know that.
Actually, yeah. So, before you guys go into that room, I'm just like, don't mind the desk that's through the door. There was a bit of an incident, and then I walk into the library.
Okay, even with your
I probably didn't see.
roll of 5, you notice that she seems to be holding one of her legs as if she's hurt herself.
Oh. Okay. Alright then.
Aside from that, you can't tell anything else.
Well, okay, so alright, so my character, in a fit of very strange, because this is not very in character, but whatever, she kind of kneels down, she stays at least, let me see how far away that is. Hold on.
You're about 10.
How do you do that? Okay, well I want to get at least maybe, okay, so,
That's 5 feet.
yeah, let's do 5 feet, let's do 5 feet away, she just gets 5 feet away, and then she kneels down, and she, very gingerly asks if Rosalina is okay if she's hurt. Because if she's hurt, she's just like, if you're hurt, I'm very good with medicine, I could help. So she, has a soothing voice and all that crap, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Rosalina says, I was running up the stairs and the lights and the crash and I fell. I just kept running and she continues to cry.
Okay, so I ask her, so you fell back down the stairs, or did you use another way to get here to the ballroom?
I fell over the side, is all she says.
Can I roll something to see if she's lying or not?
That would be an insight roll.
Okay, insight. Oh, my insight's 3. Alright, yeah.
Are you good with children?
Steps over and dust in the room. Okay. 19! Ooh. Sweet.
She isn't lying. She isn't lying about going over the banister. She isn't lying about the fact that she's hurt, but you get the sense that there's a little more that she's not telling you. She's told you a lot, but she hasn't told you everything.
Let's see. Alright, so very, very gently ask, are you sure there's not something you want to tell me? Are you sure you don't want me to look at your leg?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
She kind of
Do you need the Dragonborn to check up on you?
Yeah, okay. She holds her leg a little bit out for you if you'd like to make a medicine check.
Yeah, I've got good medicine. I have 3 medicine, so very carefully. Seriously. Come on, big money. 10's not bad.
Okay, a 10. You managed to deduce that she has, in fact, hurt her leg. She seems to have badly sprained her ankle, or at least done something to her leg or her shin, and you figure out a way that, with the materials that you have in the room, to kind of make a splint-type object to help alleviate some of the pressure and help her walk.
Okay, alright, that's good. So, after I do that, can I ask her again, are you sure there's not something you want to tell me? I'm very good at keeping secrets.
Hold on.
Oh no.
She doesn't seem to want to talk. She just kind of curls up a little bit more and cries more. She does a lot of crying.
Well, I noticed. I know I don't have any modifiers for persuasion, but could I go ahead and try and roll for that anyway?
Yeah, you could try to roll persuasion.
Just because you have no modifier or like a negative modifier doesn't mean you can't try something.
Yeah.
I've tried investigating and I've gotten like 18 with a -1 investigation check, so.
Nope,
Worth a
I
shot.
don't persuade her at all.
Nope. Whatever you say to try and get her to calm down isn't working.
Well, hey,
so,
I have a quick question. Can I
Yes.
run something? Okay, so I'm assuming if she fell over the banister, I would notice, like, some part of the banister when I walk upstairs broken or damaged. Can I roll a perception check so I can just walk back downstairs?
Yes.
Thank you. Perceptions plus...
Okay, before
Because
we end this Go ahead.
I was going to actually walk back and come see Rosalina right now with, a better persuasion check.
Alright, that sounds good. But before we end my side of this interrogation, could I check this room over real quick?
Yes, you can make your perception roll as I answer Zol's question. As you kind of look around upstairs briefly, you do notice that there appears to be a crack in the banister that was not there previously.
What else about the room do I notice?
Yes!
Nothing changed, really, except for the crack on the banister that appears to have been from a body suddenly lurching in that direction and falling.
That's weird. Okay.
Mira, you notice...
Everything.
Well, not everything.
Yes, please.
You notice a lot of details about the room. If you're looking for any secret passages in this room, I'm afraid you've come up short again. But you do notice that the door to the conservatory is ajar.
We haven't even
Can
been
I
in
walk
there.
in there?
Yeah,
Can I
that's
walk
yes,
in there real
you
that's what I
quick?
was talking to David
Wait,
about.
wait. Okay.
Wait,
Would you like to
crap,
make
where
a
is it?
roll for the conservatory?
I guess so.
All right, then make another perception roll.
So it's still perception, right? Okay, alright.
Perception
so
or
same
investigation. I'll let you choose this time.
Well, hold on, let's see. Investigation is... Yeah, I'll stick with perception, because I'm better with that.
Yes, Wolf?
21!
Yeah.
Sweet!
You discover that
I'm thinking
at
if I can
this location there appears to
something.
be some kind of a switch.
Yeah. I've been looking for those freaking secret passages
Hey,
forever!
Jamie, remember what I kept saying? Fire.
I thought that fire commentary was just something about her being a
Being a
fire
blow-it-up.
genasi, but whatever.
Yeah, no, fire.
Would you like
I-
to press the button?
I was giving hints.
Yes, I would.
What does this button do?
And let you know
something
I'm
opens up
watching.
and reveals a stairwell.
I'm watching from right here, guys, by the way.
Okay, I'll go down the stairwell and then I'll let Zol do what he's gonna do. That way there's a little bit of suspense.
All right.
So-
I will
Oh,
handle this section first.
Should I do something in the meantime?
What would that
Oh.
be?
Turn to Bertrand and ask him if he could keep an eye on Remington while I go and
Alright.
check the bathroom to the left.
I'm checking the back.
Bertrand nods and keeps an eye on Remington as you leave the room.
Ooh.
So I go and test the door over here to see if it's locked.
It is still locked.
Do you need me to kick it down?
Just so I can get this out of the way now, Mira, you come out in the lounge and discover that Sparrow is dead.
Oh my God! Why? Ah! We were gonna put him to sleep, and now he's dead.
So I have a quick thing.
And just to clarify one more thing, the door on your side as well as David's is still locked.
Oh, so nobody can get in. So that means somebody. Mira thinking out loud. That means somebody had to use the secret passages to get in here to kill the kid. I'd also like to investigate the kid's body, but I'm not worried about that at the moment.
All right. So while we're at this apparent impasse, is there anything anyone had wanted to do before we continue?
So I'm in the library right now, and I'm looking.
Yes, you're in the library.
Because I felt like the evil presence in kind of like this general area. Would I be able to like investigate and try to find it, or would I have to use another?
Make a religion check.
Religion check? Oh, there we go. That's something I've got.
I guess, yeah, I guess it could be a religion check. Yeah, make a religion check.
Sweet.
Oh, by the way, just in case I'm wrong.
Oh!
What?
I got a crit.
Just so I can test something, I'm gonna go into your character sheet and press religion and see.
Yeah, it will roll.
Cool, you can just go from your character sheet to make rolls for things. But yes, you rolled a 20. You can determine that the evil that you detected was not of a fiendish or arcane or otherwise nature. Mm-hmm. It was the evil of a greedy humanoid.
Oh.
It was the greed of man that you detected as the evil. Very powerful. Oh. However, you also detect that it was a form of magic that allowed it to conceal itself.
Oh, I see. And it just kind of like... And I just kind of like feel it everywhere. Or...
You feel that it had a presence in this room, specifically towards this general area.
This general area...
Investigate.
Oh, no. Wait, and you said it was in this room? Sorry? Or...
You sense that it was toward this room, towards this area.
I would like...
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I just realized Remington's just sitting on the couch still.
Remington's like,
Well, there have been armed. Alright, so.
Or would I do another arcane religion check, or just an investigation, or?
What are you specifically looking for?
Just trying to figure out what the source of this presence, I would say, is.
I'd say with that roll, you've already gleaned as much as you can. Numera, what are you up to?
Okay.
Alright, there's something about this kitchen that just bothers me. And you said that I was curious, that something about it was curious?
Yeah, there was something strange about the kitchen, how someone seemed to have gone through here and yet not appeared. So, would you like to make a perception or investigation roll?
I would like to make an investigation roll.
Alright, by all means.
Investigation +2. Oh my god!
For this particular purpose, I'll say that you actually discover that there's a switch here.
Oh, I go to the switch.
Do you press the switch?
Yes, I press the switch.
Stairway opens up.
I go in.
Alright. And that takes you to the lounge. Bertrand kind of looks over like, what the fuck? Remington looks over with the exact same expression on his face.
Okay, wait, can I make...
What are you doing in the fireplace?
There's a secret passage leading from the kitchen to here.
Yes. That must
take it you
be
didn't
where
do
the secret
this.
passage was.
May I ask a question?
Very strange how secret passage would be from the kitchen to the lounge. I am all over the place with my accents.
It's fine. You have to do
Yes.
like 4 different
That's fine.
characters or something. It's perfectly fine.
Hey, we made Bertrand talk about Sean, right? I made him.
Yeah, you
mention
did
it.
make him talk
Okay.
as much as he was willing to talk about Sean. It's very much a sore subject.
Okay, I was
Okay.
Just couldn't
But-
remember
Zol.
something.
But may I say real quick? But Thava was there to witness it, right?
Yes.
And witness that he didn't say enough. So Thava could, per se, intimidate him to say more. Wink, wink, Thava. Wink, wink. Okay.
If you want to try pushing this guy about a subject he honestly does not want to talk about, you can try to be that much of a dick.
Persuade him. But I'm just saying, wink,
But
wink,
still, yes.
Thava.
Zol, you're still...
Okay,
separate
I
from the rest
watched.
of the party. What are you doing?
I came in as Meyer used the fireplace, and I just saw her walk into the fire and kind of disappear, or whatever.
Right. So what do you do with that?
So, I call. Ooh, okay, question is this? You know what? Fuck it. I yell out, Meyer. I scream her name, like to see where she is, to see if she'll answer.
I ignore him.
But you bitch.
Meyer doesn't even hear you.
I am.
Like
Have you not learned that yet? I'm like trying to murder several people here.
Multiple times. I might
Just
add.
saying.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
I
she
go
can hear
over
you anyway.
In the
So.
kitchen, they took the.
Yeah. I mean, like I heard him, but only for like a split second, and then
It was
I
very
ignored
faint,
him
and
because
you may have ignored it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just walk over to Rosalina and ask, what do I do? I walk over to Rosalina, so I'm walking over, and see that, she has a splint now. And I walk over and I say, would you care explaining what happened after the lights went out? Not even a persuasion roll, just straight up asking.
She seems to have calmed down quite considerably. And she says, I told your friend I fell and I was scared and I ran.
And you were running in a straight path, though. What caused you to turn around and fall off the ledge?
Something scared me.
And was it... So it made you turn in the opposite direction? Was something in front of you, maybe?
I just felt something.
Physically, or
An evil, perhaps?
something
She just kind
fifth
of...
sense?
She kind of curls up just a little bit more and looks very uncomfortable.
Time for persuasion.
Make a persuasion roll then.
I am. Give
See
me
if you
2
can...
plus 2. Come on, I just need some good rolls. Come on. Here we go.
Big money, no eating.
Fucking hell.
He ain't eating
Damn
tonight.
Nope. You can't
Fuck.
seem to persuade her to open up.
Okay. Fucking hell, I can't.
Try intimidation now, maybe.
Or
I
here.
could
On a
switch
fragile young woman like this,
I could break her.
yeah,
her.
you could break her.
You could.
Yeah.
I could.
I mean, remember what happened when Thava tried intimidating her? She just started sobbing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the intimidation. So basically, I'm
Oh,
going
Lord.
to slam my fist down. I'm gonna throw my bow to the ground and slam my fist and get on my hands and knees and approach in front of her, and in a louder voice I say, there have been 2 murders thus far, and the only one and the only ones 3 murders. 3 murders
No,
thus
he
far.
doesn't know there's been 3. So that's why I laughed.
No. The 3 meaning
Oh yeah,
the
the 3
dead
in the
body.
bathtub.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He doesn't know about
There
this.
have been 3 murders thus far. You've worked here long enough to be present with all 3 deaths. You are the most likely suspect. Give me something that proves you're innocent. Intimidation roll. Bam.
Not bad.
All right. Let me just think about whether or not this was successful or too successful. And
Basically, I want.
she kind of shrinks and looks up to you and says, "What can I do to prove my innocence?"
Tell me anything you know about the situation. Anything you're not telling us. I know you know something.
It's like, there was a servant who worked here, and he disappeared. He had a ring.
The same servant that was now in the bathtub?
Did Rosalina actually see that body?
I just carried it.
I don't think
no,
she
she
did.
didn't.
Was
No, she didn't see that body.
But Thaba carried it down some stairs.
yeah, was she out
No,
in the
but
hall
she wasn't
when
in
they
the
carried
room when
it?
that happened.
No, she
Yes, she
wasn't
was.
there when that happened.
We pulled everyone into the dining room, and then I sent Thaba upstairs,
Yes.
and then Thaba came downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
In that
Zol is correct.
In
But
that
she may have
case,
only
yes.
seen it for a brief moment before it was discarded in the bathrooms. So who knows if
Yeah,
she
she
sees
might
it or
not
not.
necessarily be able to tell. Yeah, tell who it was.
Servants.
How many
Servants
servants
closed,
are dead upstairs? Let's just bring that to the light.
Okay,
Let's just assume she's unsure at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me reframe the question then. Have you heard anything through your ring of messages? Anything that might help me? And do you know anything in this situation that
The only
might
thing
help?
that I've heard since this all started was when your tiefling friend spoke to me.
She has a ring? I'm not aware of the ring right now that she has it.
She had a ring.
Okay, now,
Rosalina.
oh my god, suspicion on her.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. You didn't have to pick up the ring, but now you picked up the ring, and he's like, "Wait,
Oh,
she has a
I think-
ring?"
It wasn't even.
I gave it to her though.
It was
I had it
fine.
originally.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
that's
I
what I'm
gave
saying.
it to Namira because I thought she would be able to use it.
I'm saying Namira didn't have to take it. She
Wow.
could have just left it.
Okay,
It could have ended
so
up being me he was suspicious of.
I so
Yeah, so whoever had the ring would have been suspicious.
okay.
Yeah,
Could have left
sorry.
it. Could have left it.
Well, that works to my advantage actually, but whatever.
Okay, so with that information, I leave. I get really upset. Like I'm livid because thus far, everything has been pointing to Namira, and
The
so
Well, before he confronts Namira, can I look over this kid's body
Wait,
now? Can we come
let me
back
do that.
here?
Let me
and
just
investigate
let me
the
finish. Let me finish my action.
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
So I literally I leave. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. If she dies, she dies. I leave Rosalina there, and I storm out, like pissed off, bow drawn, and I'm ready to fucking kill someone because I'm just so pissed.
You're
off
going
at the
very
situation.
fast. You're going very fast.
Oh,
All right, so we'll pause you about here-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Miera, would you like to make an? Let's make this a investigation roll.
This is getting interesting.
I'm sorry, bro. But God, I'm gonna have to go back out, and I'm gonna probably have to save Namira here.
Hey, wait, no,
a
you
little
have
bit.
you have no idea what's going on right now. So
Yeah, you.
I know.
yeah,
But,
neither
I mean,
or
I was planning
you
on
know
just-
what's going
hey.
on.
I was planning on just looking over this kid and then finding Zol again later anyway, because I know he called him my name and I need to tell him about what I found. So most
Yeah.
likely I'm gonna go looking after him. So
Okay,
it,
continue
it'll
though.
make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. All right.
It's
Come on.
Namira.
12. Is that
Well,
enough to find
You
it?
discover that the dagger embedded in this young man is the same dagger that had been on the floor of the study.
Take it.
Take it.
You also discover a ring on his finger.
Take it all.
What? I take it and I put it in my dadgum pocket.
Did you take the
And I
dagger
take
too?
the
As
knife,
you
too. I
examine the
also take
ring-
the knife.
As you examine the ring, you realize it is identical to the ring that was on the chef.
Okay, I take the ring and the knife.
Good.
All
And I
right.
leave the boy be, and I go back to find Zol. So
Do you want to try the door, or would you like to go through the secret passage?
As
I'm
far as
probably
you
gonna
don't,
go back through the secret passage. So,
as far as you don't know, the door.
Okay.
As far as you know, the door is unlocked. 'Cause
It
you've
doesn't
never tried
matter
the
though.
door.
She
I know,
chose.
Yeah.
but
All right,
chose-
then.
yes,
I'd say you get about, let's say, here-ish into
Mhm.
the conservatory by the time Zol has reached where he is. Does anyone else want to make any actions?
I'm
Yes,
just gonna
Molly.
say something.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just remember, remember that Rosaline is there. Just remember that, okay, Jamie?
wait,
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Just remember.
but I'm not concerned with her right now. I
You-
want to
you-
find you and
you-
tell you what I found. So
But you would still scan the room though. Just remember that she's there. I don't
yeah, I
want
guess
her
real
to die.
quick.
I don't want her to die.
Okay.
Continue.
Um,
Continue.
Okay, then let's move you back one tile then. All right.
there's something I wanted. Not really an action, but like, after like,
just a
yeah, what were you gonna say?
Just a quick thing, because we've been neglecting David. David, is there anything that you would like to do?
So at this point,
Would you bust open the doors and try and look at the kid? You were worried about the kid, weren't you?
well, what time frame would that be?
I probably.
At this point, the ranger's already in the hallway, right? And I see him
Yeah,
approaching,
the ranger's in the hallway, yes.
and he is just in a huff, right?
Yeah, he's
I'm
pissed.
fucking pissed.
So I
He
turn
looks like
around
he's about to.
and-
He looks like he's about to cut a motherfucker.
Or no, shoot would be a better term.
I turn and ask him what's wrong,
Okay.
what might have
And I-
happened.
And I said I found our prime. I think I may have found our prime suspect, and I just continue walking. Like I just say that, and I just continue fucking walking. Right.
All right.
there.
Then, through the course of saying that, you've moved to that tile.
And I can see her. Oh, the door's broken, and I can see her.
Can I get a little bit closer to getting running to Zol? Or am I really left in the
Yeah,
dust
you can
here?
make your move, but you also notice that Bertrand has moved to this space.
Mhm.
I meant the wrong tile.
Yeah.
Damn it. There we go. And he's just kind of leaning on the desk a bit, staring at Remington, who just
Actually,
stares back.
that
looks
is a better
dismissive.
position for what I was about to do.
Yeah, Mira has made it to there. And so, I see
Okay,
that
ready
you
for
guys
me?
are looking at
there's
each
some-
other.
Yeah.
You ready for me?
So at that point,
Can I step here real quick? 'Cause
There's
how-
something I
what-
wanted
what
to
would
do
that-
before anyone starts shooting or screaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lava, take your turn
Yeah.
before anyone starts shooting.
So, after like investigated the library, I make my way back to this room, and to these three
Yes.
because I didn't notice these guys. I say, so I detected this evil presence in the library. It was of a man, but not just of man. It was of a man's greed. Would any of you three know anything about this? About the greed of men in this house?
Remington kind of looks over to Bertrand and says, "Well, sir, if there's anyone who is confirmed to be of the greedy sort, I'm afraid that Miss Master Steelbeard here is of the sort." Bertrand looks very offended, and he looks like he's reaching for his side, but Remington continues. However, if Master Giles is somehow still alive, then perhaps...
No, he said human. He said human.
I did say human, which maybe a certain Sean.
And Bertrand looks over and says, "Sean was an elf."
Oh, wait, was
Oh.
he was? Oh,
Oh.
Whoops. Sorry.
Okay. So
just
at
to
this
clarify,
point,
just to clarify as well, Thava, when I say human greed, I really mean humanoid. So
Oh, okay.
It's
Human.
not
Okay, I
like
thought you meant
a beast or something. It's
Yeah.
not specifically human,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah, in D&D, that stuff kind of has to be like spelt out. It's like
yeah,
human.
it does need to be clarified.
Okay.
And I apologize.
It's all good. So yeah, instead I'd say a certain humanoid greed instead. So, and then they bicker, and then I do bring up possibly, and then I do bring up Sean after correcting it to humanoid.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if Sean would be capable of murder.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bookish fellow, you know?
Yes.
At this moment,
They come from the
I want to
library.
step here.
Zol, you take your step.
I want to take a step, and I want to fire not at her, but an arrow like directly above her.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
I just say that make an
If you
attack
miss, you
roll
hit it.
because if you roll too high or too low,
When you
Um,
hit her.
you might hit something you're not aiming for.
But if I roll high and I aim at something,
I'm just
Well, you-
saying, if you roll a natural 20,
You might hit something else.
okay.
just don't roll too high or too low. Just don't.
I get
Mary's sweating over there.
I get a plus 5, right?
Oh,
You
yes,
get a
you
plus
do.
5 to your rolls.
Oh shit! Here we go, guys.
Moment of truth.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was
The
aiming above her
the air-
head.
The arrow kind of skims right past Nimera's horn and embeds into the wall, beds into the fireplace behind her.
Okay.
As
And what
I
is
turn
does-
immediately towards where that arrow came from.
Okay, and what does she get in action now?
could
I'm
are, we going
basically.
are we going into combat?
I was just
It
gonna
depends-
use a reaction.
It depends on what she does next. I mean,
Oh,
I just got a arrow. She just got an arrow shot at her. I would be
Almost
pretty pissed.
straight into her skull.
Am I?
Yeah, you
Hey,
almost
by
hit
this
my
point, am I
skull.
behind Zol? Yeah. By this point, am I behind Zol?
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, probably what I would do,
Oh, I
just
can't-
real quick, I would
Oh, I can't
probably
reach.
really, I would grab his shoulder very tightly and turn him around and be like, "What are you doing?" Like, very angrily. Like, he's pissed, he's made me
If
pissed,
she
and I'm
did-
probably a little bit on
All right.
fire.
As you're
If she-
doing that, Nimera, what is your reaction to nearly being shot?
Well, one, I am pissed as hell,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm more
angry.
wondering. But yeah, but I'm trying to remain calm. There has to be like a reason as to why this happened. So, actually, first I start like yelling, like, "What
Whoa.
the hell are you doing, Zol?" But I'm so angry that I yell it in Infernal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
One sec. I
Oh,
just need to look.
Okay, so I shrug off.
Oh, what
gonna
is
do?
my weapon? Oh.
Yeah, what is Thava going to do, and
What-
what
what-
is
oh, wait,
David
I
going
have-
to do?
I have a better question. What is Remington reaction? I just want to hear this. Remington. son.
Remington kind of has that, I can't really describe the look on his face, but he looks very surprised. Like, he kind of sits up straight and has almost that, I guess it's almost a grumpy cat kind of frown, except his eyes are very wide, and did we just lose someone?
Hello.
No.
Oh, no, we just lost,
Oh. Oh,
Jamie
we
and-
lost the catalysts.
we
Yeah.
lost the catalysts.
Dang it.
Give me 1 second. Oh man, this game is so much fun.